Good afternoon, everyone. All right, thank you for being here. We are going to get started, and if you'll just hold your questions till the end, then I'll answer questions all at once at the end. Oh, let's start over. I found a very fun Valentine's Day slideshow. So, all right, so today we're going to talk about receiving, 905s, base, Big Art Day, flex, the art exhibit guide, the art exhibit slides, your glass pieces from the beginning of the year, BSA, and resigning or retiring. All right, so for receiving is the form that you do when you get your stuff that you ordered. Before our vendors can get paid, we have to receive on those things. You no longer have to send us your packaging slips. You just need to tell us what you have or don't have. And please don't make Jody have to track you down and email you and beg you to do your receiving. We want to maintain good relationships with our vendors, so they want to keep working with us. All right, 905s for field trips. Those are the forms that we do. We've gotten a lot of pushback on those this year. Some because of all the absences that teachers have had because of illness, and not wanting to leave schools in a tough situation. So I've had to do some like extra memos and have principals sign off. But we need to have those at least 2 weeks before your trip, so that we can get those processed. If they're not to us within that 2 week window, we're not going to be able to let you go. Art teachers are not the reason why we're getting this pushback right now. Some of our fun music friends are a little bit more tardy than we ever are, but regardless, they said, we have to have it 2 weeks in advance. All right, Vase, you guys the deadline is tonight for editing. So hopefully no one's too stressed out and your kids are busily working. They have till the 22nd at midnight to get all their entry information in there. And then that event is virtually on the 26th. They still have not made a decision about state base. We'll cross our fingers that we get to go. I haven't been able to go with you guys yet for that. And I know everyone was sad about missing it these last 2 years, I think. So hopefully we'll get to go this year. All right, Big Art Day. So that is March 3rd. You do not need to have your event on this exact date, but you do need to register whatever it is you're planning on doing at the TAEA website. And I put a link in here. When you've had your event, or if you have your information already, you're going to go to your shared drive. So if I'm in my drive, I go to my shared drives, and under Visual Arts Department, there is a folder for District of Distinction. And in there, there's a spot for Big Art Day. Ooh, look, someone else added, yay. So for example, you're gonna make a folder with your last name or first and last name, and then your school. And like Sherry, she created this flyer they're gonna do a chalk party with music and bubbles, and they're gonna write words of encouragement and chalk around the school. So they will give you an email confirmation saying that you're registered, so you can please put that in the folder as well as any photos, and that'll help us out and give Wendy places to go visit during that day as well. All right, Flex. We're getting closer to the deadline. Please do not wait until April to turn in all your stuff, because there are 177 of you, and I'm trying to keep up with that. I am learning some tricks about Eduphoria, so I'm getting a little bit better at it, but I still make mistakes. So check your portfolio, make sure I have everything entered in there. I did include the instructions that are in ArtBeat and in the handbook. Again, that's my drive. In your shared drive, under Flex, say you did a conference or a AP studio, you're going to put your certificate in that completed outside of district certificate. It needs to go in there because if you link it to just your drive, I don't have access to it. And then I have to request access and it slows down the process. So then you'll put it in this folder or this Google Drive, sorry, Google Sheet. And as I get that information back, like for example, like this one, if I click on it, it'll like show me that this one, oh, she actually just did it. And so I put the date in there that I entered it into Strive. So if there's a date there and it's not showing up in your portfolio, please let me know so I can see what went wrong. Sometimes I like forget to press something. But overall, keep up on that. Make sure it's in your portfolio. Some of the principals are letting art teachers use Art of Ed for their campus flex, but I'll just need confirmation from your principal to make that change in Eduphoria. We also, for those of you who are still needing flex, we have 3 courses available on Monday. Fairly's doing 6 hours of jelly prints over at Western Hills. Corey Sharkey's doing tabs. That's more elementary, but I'm sure you could still learn some things and have a good time. And then here at Terrell, we have another UNT professor that's going to teach us about trauma-informed art education, and that's from 12 to 3. So some different opportunities for you on Monday, and we will also have several available on the 28th of March. That's our next like flex day that's built into the calendar. All right, art exhibit guide. I put the link here. I think Ashley's already emailed to you, and all this is in the handbook. But if you click on this, it'll force you to make a copy, but it'll take you to the art exhibit guide. So before you email Ashley and ask her questions about the district art exhibit, please read through this. We only get to have her for 14 and a half hours, and she's really busy this season as our art curator. So please go through this and check. She has very, very thorough in here what you need to do, how many pieces, how to hang it, how to, when you're going to hang things. For high school, we are hanging March 30th and 31st in the library. And again, everything's going to be upstairs. And I think we're going to be using like some hallway space and some other areas so that we can all fit in there. And the ribbons will be, besides the place ribbons, the like participation ribbons will be sent to you ahead of time. She has all the matting and label information in here as well. And again, it's in your handbook too. All right, the art exhibit slides. This is the exact same artworks that you have hanging or displayed at the show are going to be these slides. So it's not separate or different works, it's the same ones. So you can be photographing these as you're matting and getting them ready. This is for our parents who may not be able to get over to the library, or if something happens, or if they don't feel comfortable gathering, they still have access to see their child's work in this exhibit. And they'll be on our virtual show website. And please keep your artworks to the size, to keep them on your panels and then not like larger than the table area. So, because we will be a little bit cramped. All right, your glass pieces and your VSA work, we're just going to bring that with us to the library and stick it on your table so you can just take it home from there. So you don't have to make another trip to the art office. All right, if you are resigning or retiring at the end of this school year, please let us know as soon as possible. Because of some last minute changes or resignations or we actually had someone retire mid-year this year. It left us with 6 schools that didn't have an art teacher at all, and we could not fill the spot. So letting us know early will let us recruit early. Our brand new shiny just graduated teacher or about to graduate teachers are already applying, and Wendy and I are talking to some of them, and they're very excited, and we would like to get them hooked up with a principal before they get taken by another district. So please, please, please let us know as soon as you know what you're doing next year. Because I know that when I left the classroom, it made me feel a lot better to have someone there that I, trusted to teach my kids. So again, and if you're retiring, we do like to celebrate you and what you have contributed to this fabulous program. Thank you for giving us your time and joining us real time. If you do not have any questions, please enjoy your evening and your Monday off if you're not doing flex. And those of you who do have questions, Wendy and I are here to answer.
I had a question on, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
On the thing for Monday, if somebody shows up that's not on the list that you gave me, they just sign the bottom, it's okay?
That's fine as long as you have space for them.
Okay, great.
Okay. Erin, you raised your hand.
Did I answer it?
Yeah, you got it. That was
Okay.
just all I wanted to know.
Oh, and Erin, we have your document camera.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yours and who else is Ollie's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. We are, as we're getting new technology, we are etching it so that it will always be visual arts on there. So your other departments won't be able to steal our electronics and stuff. So
And Javier, I still have your iPad.
I have a question if there's no more questions.
sure.
Okay, cool. So you got the ink was good to order.
Did you work with that Jody on that one?
Yeah. My only problem is that website that we order through, American something or whether it doesn't give us.
It doesn't give you a price. So
Exactly.
they actually, she has to like type it into Munis, which is their system for it to even give us a price. But she needs to know like what you want. And that's why they have to give you the.
Okay. So she said the email back said something to the effect of like, just use the Google form like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But a big part of that is quantity and price. So should I just put
Well, it's just going to be your quantity and what you want. So it's those items, but correct. It won't have a price. And if you look on there, you'll be able to see other people's who did from that same vendor. I forget the name of them right now. And you'll be able to see that it's the same thing where like they have 0 as the price.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that, by the way. Okay, I'm out. Bye.
I was wondering if the cabinetry and everything for Sydney and I's rooms had been discovered, basically.
As far as I know, that they were in the plans. And so we're just kind of waiting for the contractor to finish things up and what's going on with that, because all the other schools that have had renovations, they have had like set cabinetry and things going into those rooms. And so I would be very, very surprised if they don't do something for you. If they do not, and especially if we don't end up going to Vase, then we'll have a little bit of extra money and we should be able to help. But hopefully as they close out, do you know if they're going to have like their big walkthrough of come look at the school now that it's renovated soon?
That I don't know. I know they're still working on the back hallways and they're still working on the parking lot out by the art side of the school. They tore down portables and they tore up that entire parking lot. They're having debates about whether or not it's going to be teacher and student, if it's just teacher parking lot, if it's going to be assigned parking lot. They've also been putting plumbing in out there, so maybe they're putting another building in. They haven't said maybe the plumbing's running to some sort of I don't know, sports complex thing that they're putting, because that area leads into the back by the fields, so it might be something for that as well. But I do know that they are still working on the back. The back hallways they said they're doing flooring and ceiling back there, so it shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
But, you never can tell. There was one other thing, but I just lost it.
All right. If you think of it, let us know. So your storage.
The door to I spoke to one of the, there was a construction guy going in there checking stuff, and he said he'd reach out to the contractors too. The door to my kiln room, it doesn't actually lock or shut. So like the bolts and everything in the door works, but the part that's in the door jamb, the door frame, is like a centimeter or so too low. so it
Mhm.
doesn't actually like connect. So thankfully, none of the kids have figured out that that door is just wide open,
Mhm.
because you can get into there, and from there you can get into my room, even if my room is locked from the outside, because the locking mechanism is on the kiln side, or the
Okay.
kiln room side. So I usually have stuff in front of the door, so even if they do try to get in, they push against something, they figure out they can't go through. But that is just another one of those little issues that needs to be reached out to the contractor. So
Okay, do they have a point person on campus that is the one that like reaches out to the contractor? Like is one of your APs over it?
I was told it was the main secretary, since she's the one that provides the keys for the rooms as well. But I've mentioned stuff to her a couple times. It's been a month or so now. I've talked to the custodian about it as well. I get an acknowledgement, but then that's about it.
Okay.
I never got any kind of acknowledgement about whether or not I could put a sediment trap on the sink in the kiln room. So I've got a bunch of Tupperware containers and stuff here at my house that I can just makeshift a sediment container and just put it in, and ask for forgiveness, not permission, kind of a situation.
All right, I'll check with Chris to see if she knows on any of these things either.
Okay. But I checked with everybody else. They said they're all good.
Okay,
Sydney might reach out to you regarding an issue with a student and an assistant principal and parents. She might just take care of it with the assistant principal that looks over our department.
okay,
So
yeah, just let me know.
Yeah. But other than that, we're good.
Okay,
Thanks.
sure.
Hi.
All right,
I
Heather.
Hey, I just have two quick questions. One, I got my Hispanic Heritage Month or contest certificates, but one is missing the girl's first name. It just has her last names.
Email Ashley with
Okay.
what you'd like as a correction. And she
Perfect.
probably didn't have that information in the Excel spreadsheet Google sheet where you enter the names maybe.
Her name is Pamela Perez Martinez. So she just had Perez Martinez. I don't know.
It could have been an error too. She does a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
And she had some volunteer help, so that could have happened too. So just
That's
let her, she can get another one printed and that shouldn't be a
Okay.
problem.
The second thing is about my kiln, because I don't really know. When the movers moved it back in, it usually typically sits on a base, and my kiln has, holes at the top and the bottom. But can I fire with it not on the base?
I don't think so. Send me a photo.
Okay,
And we might have to get you a base before you can,
I have a base.
oh,
It's just not on the base. Somebody, and I've put in a work order, but nobody's coming to put it on the base.
do you have big students?
They cannot lift the kiln. I would
No?
not,
Okay.
I would not do that. Not
Okay.
in, I have mostly ninth
Um,
graders, and no.
Okay, so put it in an email to Jody and she'll try to put in a work order on our end to see if we can get that placed on the base.
Yeah, because
Because
I
the
have
contractors are
pieces-
completely done at your school.
No, I don't know.
If they're not
We-
done, then we should be able to say,
Well,
hey,
there's no one out here. And we have put in the order to Alejandro, but no, I still have stuff in my room that's not done. Mr. Vol has stuff, like, it is what it is. But I have pieces I need to fire, and I can take them across to the middle school, but I just didn't know what to do if I could fire them on without the base. I don't know.
I
I'll
don't-
send you.
I don't think you can. You're gonna probably melt your clear tile or something.
Well, it's concrete.
Oh, even that, like if the fire goes, I wouldn't.
yeah, I don't want us to burn down your new room, so.
Yeah, I know.
let's,
Oh, girl, I don't have a new room, but I do have a new kiln room.
Okay,
Okay,
right.
that's fine. I'll send you a picture and I'll
Okay,
send it to Jody, is what you said?
yeah. Jody,
Okay.
Jodi, and she's McMurtry, McMurtrey.
Okay, thanks for your help.
Sure.
I'll just come
Bye.
over and lift it for you.
I know, yeah, y'all. I put it into my custodians, but I don't even think they will because it's so
No.
dang heavy. So they said that district has to do that. It's all good. Thanks.
And I'll email you.
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, y'all.
Hey,
Hi,
Melissa.
Hi. How's everybody?
We're good.
how are you?
Good. Stressed, but good.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
No, just the base.
Base? Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and then I don't know if y'all heard, but they moved up our deadline by 2 days.
What?
Yeah, our deadline is now. So tonight is the deadline for the titles and stuff like that,
Yes.
and the students. So the 22nd at midnight is the deadline for all of their work.
Oh,
all
and
of
it
their
used to be the
titles.
26th.
Right. is not.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved it up, and we don't have school on Monday. So
I told Donna, because Donna is black, so she won't see them again till after, like, she might not see her students. So you might want to just email, if that's gonna be the case or something, you might want to email Dallas and tell her.
yeah, I've been contacting her and talking to her, and I did actually send out the email about the proxy for the permission slip, and out of 22, I think I got 5 back.
Now
So-
you know that you can like do the proxy where you call them on the phone. And if they give you permission to sign, then you can say, put signing, for so-and-so, phone confirmation on this date, and you can do that signature that way.
I can do it through the phone too.
Yes.
Okay, she recommended email, and so like I sent out an email to my parents, last night with
Mhm.
how I wanted it worded. And I sent the little blurb of actually what is on the permission slip.
Okay.
She provided that for us too, which was super nice. And I
So-
sent that out, but go ahead.
Yeah, so that would be better if you can get email confirmation, but if you call them on the phone and then just document when you talk to them
Uh-huh,
and that,
Okay.
they're giving you permission to sign, that is okay too.
okay.
I
Yeah,
know that
we have to
signature
have-
part's tough.
We have to have those back by Tuesday when we come back.
Ugh, okay.
So
Yeah.
just keeping y'all aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I know base
And-
day and AP portfolio submission day were like my most stressful days as an art teacher.
I know, but with Miss Belmore there, they had been doing some work on some collages, based on Romeo Bearden and stuff. So I was like, can you put this up in the hall for and I normally say African American History Month, and that's what y'all say on the slide. But my assistant principal said everybody knows it by Black History Month. So
Oh,
I'm actually culturally kind of conflicted. You know what I mean?
well, I thought it said on Fort Worth ISD's website that it is African American Heritage Month.
Okay.
So I think that's what we were taking
Okay.
by, but not everyone who is Black is African American.
Right. That
So,
was my other conflict. Yeah.
yes, I don't know. I guess for your hallway, you guys can do whatever you want, like in terms of like
Right.
naming it, or you don't even really have to name it. You can just put it up in celebration of that.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm looking on the website. I don't see it on the website anymore.
It should be like February 1st. It usually says this month is.
You know how they had pictures up, and it was on like the,
Oh, no, it's on our calendar. It's like our employee calendar. And
oh, okay.
it says African American History Month. February, and it's like in purple at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
So, I guess we can talk to the equity people and see if but until they change it, I don't know that we change it.
Right. And so my principal, I think the national title is Black History Month. I'm not positive, but I was looking it up before, and that's why I'm so conflicted. I'm like, I don't understand, like I don't want to offend anyone, and
Right.
especially,
I would do what your principal recommends for your campus, because he's been there a long
Okay.
time. He knows the community. He knows what
Right.
is appreciated in that area. So if he's telling you to call it Black History Month, then call it Black History Month.
And if
Well,
there's any
that's what my
questions, yeah.
assistant principal said.
What does your
Oh.
principal say?
I haven't asked him yet. He's
I-
so busy, y'all, with all this remodel stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know how he's staying
And I would just-
afloat.
Just like Tiffany said, I'll go by him, and then if anyone has any questions, you can just just give him his name.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
That's an interesting question
Okay.
though.
I know. I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah, when I talk to Ashley, she goes, they're both the same. They're just it just depends on what somebody says, because I had that question like 2 years ago.
I had a friend who, like, her family was like from Haiti. So she didn't consider
Right.
herself African American. She considered herself Black, and she didn't want to be called African American. But it wasn't, she would just let people know that she preferred to be called Black. And I don't think it offended her to be called African American if she unless she had already corrected them. But yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully the equity department can give us some more information on that, because it is evolving and changing, and we have to keep up with.
And I did go through that intense course with them for the year.
Oh, can't hear you.
But I'm still like, questioning. I don't know why, but I'm still questioning. But let's see what else. That's pretty much it. I came on here late. My apologies.
Well, I'll put the video up by tomorrow. I should be able to-
Did anybody bring anything else up or?
Not that it was more like specific to their school.
Okay.
So I don't think overarching. And you've done the art show before, so it's not like we had some questions about art show, especially our new teachers, but.
Right.
But,
Oh, and just FYI, we ended up having to reschedule. I don't know if Jody told you, reschedule our modern art museum from last week. He had sent the email out to us at the very beginning of the year for February 10th.
mhm.
And it ended up working out fine for me because my husband was in the hospital. So I was having to cancel anyway, but I was verifying with Jesse. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We're going to have to cancel this one. And he's like, I don't have y'all down till next week. I was like, what?
Uh-oh.
And so I shared with him, his document. I took a screenshot and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He said, I did have to rearrange. So if the dates look different, that's why. But we had to refill out all the paperwork again, like within a week. And Jody was so awesome. I guess because my bus was considered rescheduled, it was okay.
Okay. Yeah, she's been amazing, and they're down a staff person in instrumental, so she's been helping fill in there too. So she's been pretty busy. So we're really glad she's here. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody. Anyway, so I just wanted to make you aware of that. But I guess that's it for me.
Yeah, I'm glad you still get to go. Is your husband okay?
Yeah, he ended up getting that COVID pneumonia.
Oh, no.
And so he's 65 and he's had pneumonia before and pleurisy before. And he's unvaccinated. And so he just started having trouble breathing. I think his oxygen level went down to like 88. And so the doctor said, yeah, if it goes below 90, take him to the hospital. So I did. And so he was in the hospital for 4 days, 3 nights. But, we were like, you're not getting a ventilator. You're not getting vented,
Right.
And
Gary.
so,
Mhm.
yeah. So, but I made him kind of walk a little bit, around the house. It's better for him to be home because then he has to walk and has to be up,
Mhm.
and then he's sleeping upstairs, and so he's having to walk the stairs one time a day and down the stairs one time a day. And so now I kind of feel like because I was like that, driven to make sure that he's not just laying there,
Mhm.
that now, and this was last week, now he's went to work 2 days for a few hours. And then my granddaughter wants him to go to the daddy-daughter dance
Aw,
because her dad's out of town. And I'm like, oh my
Aw.
God, you're gonna carry this portable oxygen tank with you. He's like, yes, whatever I need to do.
Aw.
So I'm really thankful and blessed for that.
Yeah, I'm glad he was able to get the care he needed and that he's on
Yes.
the mend.
Yes. So anyway, everybody else doing well. Oh, you had a really nice vacation.
Yes, it was a nice little getaway. I know I was mostly by myself, which sometimes is really nice. But the Denver Art Museum is just incredible. So I would highly recommend that to anyone who wants to get away.
Right. That sounds good. Well, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, you too. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye.
Jaime, do you have a question?